Candy Liu. Hello, a global namaste to you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for joining us. What a lovely smile. Look, all glamorous there. Before we start, I thought I must do a little introduction to the wonderful work that you do. So if I could just do a little introduction, I think that'd be great of the all wonderful things you have done within Rotary and who you are as a person, because your background is all about technology and communications. So I proudly would like to present to you our dear Liu Kit Shan, which is her real name, known as Candy. And she's all the way from Hong Kong, and she's going to be talking to us about transforming lives through technology and communication. This could be, how do we get messages out? How does Rotary work on supporting other members, so they're well informed about what's going on, etc. But she'll be telling us a little bit more and giving us an insight into how Rotary works. Now, before then, let me just tell you a little bit about Candy. Candy actually is amazing because I found her to be a really interesting lady. Candy Liu is the founder and a CEO of Shine Technology Limited, and she has over 20 years of experience holding senior regional executive roles in the ICT industry. She started her career in global telecom, working for companies such as Cable and Wireless, BT, and Hong Kong Communication Holding Limited, a Hong Kong listed company. Candy was the first woman sitting on the HKC board, which focused on RFID and robotic solutions, and was responsible also for leading the research and development, as well as the sales and marketing teams in Asia. So you can tell she's very multi-talented here. Apart from that, Candy won quite a few awards. So she won the 3rd Golden Bohemia Women Entrepreneur Technology Innovation Award 2020, which fully recognizes her leadership and contribution in the field of innovation, which is amazing. She also graduated, by the way, from the City University of Hong Kong with a degree in electronic engineering. And she sits on so many non-profit organization boards. She contributes as a governor in various schools. And she's also a board of director of the Women Foundation, which I think a lot of us would be very interested to know more about. And finally, just wanted to say that Candy was a chartered member and a president of a Rotary Club of Smart Hong Kong, where people were taught to utilize technology to help them, such as, they would help students, they would help the elderly, to learn a little bit about how to get a little bit more savvy technologically. She'll be discussing her work as a communication chair today, and she's actually a communication chair of Rotary Club of London, and her passion of compiling newsletters, social media updates, and inspiring stories to keep members informed of the latest updates and developments is what we are going to be discussing today. How does she get involved in that? What actually, gives her this passion? And also maybe celebrate the many successful charitable and community-based Rotary projects she has done. So I just wanted to say a very, very warm welcome to you, Candy. What an impressive background you have in information and technology and communication. So you seem to have a nice little presentation ready. Please go ahead. And would you like to just go through a presentation and share?
No, I think we can be like a discussion, but when you ask me the question, I can show some slide. This is not heavy slide. We just want to. When your question, then I can have some picture to show people.
Oh, that's a really wonderful thing. Oh, yeah. See, you can tell she's a specialist when it comes to communication. She's very prepared about all these things, right? Well, the first thing I would really love to ask you is, of course, because you've been in Rotary for quite a lot of years, but I just wanted to find out, because you're into communication, I just wanted to know, where did you actually hear about Rotary? Which avenue did you hear about the Rotary? And, what made you join?
So that's how I want to start my presentation today. So talking about what is my Rotary journey. So I think Rotary I think many years ago, it's like a gentleman club. It's not many women, even not many technology people join. Most likely it's accountant, lawyer, right? I think the majority. So in 2015, I found my first ICT women club in Hong Kong. So only within, I think, 2-3 years, we from 0 member up to 3,000 member in Hong Kong. So I think this journey at Czech Rotary Cup District at that time, that year in 2016, the governor come to approach me. You know what? We want more women and more from technology field to join our Rotary. So then I start to know what is Rotary, because at that time the DG the district governor so invite me to join different, I think, event, different project they do. So when I joined, I feel, wow, such a big global organization. The different from, of course, my ICT professional field come to this service NGO is big difference, but they got a very global framework. Impressed what they have. So instead of I join any cup, so in 2017, I found our own cup called Rotary Smart Hong Kong, starting from 45 new members, which break the record in Hong Kong in that district at that time. So 45 of them is from, at that time, is all from IT senior executive role to come to our cup. But right now, I think this cup already got over 100 members. We start to diversify, not just ICT people. We got more like accountant, lawyer, even doctor to join our cup. So in 2018, I start to become the president of Rotary Cup of Hong Kong. And then I moved here in 2021. So I moved my membership to Rotary Cup of London. That's how am I.
Oh my God, what a lovely journey. And I love the fact, from 45 women, it went to 100. And, this is how Rotary itself grew like that, didn't it? It started with all business people networking and sharing same ideas, etc. And then from there, look at it, it's become a global network. So we don't know where your women organization is going to be in the future, right, Candy?
Yeah,
which is
I think for the Women's Cup, I think, as you say, right now more and more people want to be women, empower women. So that's why I also sitting in the London Tech Lady Cup here.
Yeah, a London Tech Lady. We'll remember that. We got very rare women tech ladies, right? So, which is really good to know. And also, because this is one kind of a project that you've worked on, because of course you're a chairwoman of the communications committee at the club, at your local club. But I just wanted to find out that from your side, is there, something you could share about the kind of projects that you've been involved in? Because it doesn't mean just because you do communications committee and you're just writing things and, I'm sure you're involved practically on doing practical things. What kind of projects have you worked on?
So I think in my past 4 years, I'm in the Rotary history. This is the one of the project I always smile and inspire me, and I think inspire many people. So we're starting from training all the elderly people to playing e-sport. So you can see we even won the world record at that time. So I am the one leading to write a virtual reality game to all the elderly, to using the virtual reality to train up their muscles, to make sure they got balance. Because as I say, fundamental, I believe technology can help people to improve the life. So this is one of our cup project at the very beginning. But because of the feedback is very good, so that's why we become, at the bottom side, we become a district activity now. And we even, right now, after 4 years, we train up the elderly in Hong Kong to be a professional e-sporter. So we invited to go to Sweden to compete with the professional globally to join the e-sport. So this is the kind of local project starting, but right now we become a very, I think, regional and very popular and famous. So when people talk searching about e-sport elderly, so I'm sure this always coming up.
Oh, wonderful. What a lovely, lovely, lovely project. And not just that, it shows me, it's not just a soft candy. She can be a proper little tough cookie too.
Yeah. I remember very tough. At that time when we start to train up the elderly, we really go to one elderly center. They even don't know what the button start, and then train up, they can play the game. And then after a few years, I think in Hong Kong, over 1,000 elderly center become one slot paying e-sport now because of we got more and more sponsor, many big organizations to join this program as well. So roll out all this e-sport to all the elderly center. Instead of they just sitting to the TV or doing very traditional activity, right now e-sport become one of the activities they are doing in daily and regularly.
Oh, congratulations. What wonderful work, Candy. We're very proud of you. That's really something to be very proud of. Wonderful achievement there. And also, it perhaps shares with our audiences out there the range of projects you can get involved in for anything that you're passionate about. And you mentioned about, you had IT skills. So then you started teaching people about the IT side. So you're helping people grow in that way. So if somebody had, I don't know, baking skills or whatever, and that's all they like, they can give free baking cakes courses, to people just as a volunteer, right? Meaning that you could transform lives in any way, as long as you're putting a smile, sharing your kindness and transforming lives in a positive way, so which is great. And apart from that, because I know you're part of the, I mean, if you wanted to mention any more, please go ahead. But you also are also a member of the vocational committee, as you said, as a chair. What kind of things do you do? I mean, do you organize these kinds of projects, or what kind of work would if somebody wanted to join a communications committee, what kind of skills would they need, and what would they do actually?
So right now our communication team actually all women. So
these women are taking over. Oh gosh, we better,
I am
be
the
careful.
chair.
Ian.
So Chicago is the vice chair, and then Maria and Anna will be our committee as well. So four of us, as you say, actually communication, we got so many objectives want to be achieved, and also we got so many activity. You didn't know why all committee actually calling communication help to do. So regularly, you will see we got our cup magazine, bulletin weekly, all the cup event promote, social media, how they update, we all do it from four of us. So, but I think we are very efficient and very professional as well. So, although we only got 4 resources, but I think we already deliver a very good job in weekly bulletin. And right now, recently, from last year, you can see we even got a magazine coming out. So this is all the work we're proud of. And I think the major objective, we want to be promote our cup and also build a very good foundation about the communication between members and our all the officers.
That's really amazing. So have I lost you somewhere? Oh, there you are. Because all the things that you talked about as well, this communication is normally the most important thing, I believe, as well, because if we don't know what's going on, if we can't be inspired by each other, or if there's an event going on we didn't know, so we didn't turn up, so you're playing quite a very major role here to ensure that the communication network is working very well within your club, and also in ensuring the right messages are going out. So well done. This is good. And this is all voluntary work, of course, because everybody does, whoever puts in their time to support through the Rotary are all doing it from the kindness of their heart, because they want to serve and do the best they can. So we all appreciate that, actually. So it's really great. So are these all the different specific responsibilities that you have to or even if somebody wanted to join you, they would have to go through these responsibilities? Is that right?
Yes. If welcome to anyone, feel free. Maybe they don't need to be very technical background. When we talk about communication, they always think, "Oh, I need to have this kind of background." But actually, no, right? Day to day, you also pay your Facebook, Instagram, or just sometimes the editing, the wording actually can help as well. So if you are interested, welcome to approach me to join and then pay some effort to our communication team.
I think it's fantastic, because even though I'm just showing and I'm just sharing the fact that it's a voluntary thing, etc., and there's all these things going on, but every person is always so happy and they love doing this work. They love being part of a team. They love being part of the committee as well, as these amazing all four are wonderful women. So, we have such lovely friendships that we build, long-term friendships that you can build through this. And plus we have some very good, our president, vice president, they're all very supportive supportive of things that we wish to do. So they always try their best to encourage and support, etc. So I think, so is these the 4 people, right, that you mentioned?
So this is, as you mentioned, we want more people come to join. So the role and responsibility, actually, we are very clear. So if they join in or they come in, we normally ask what skill you have, or what, as you say, at the end of the day, you need to be passionate. You need to do the job happy. So for example, Maria, so at the very beginning, she didn't know about social media, but I think during the past year, we're teaching her how to create the e-file, right now she's expertise for the social media. So
lovely. That's third one, right? Third picture, that is Maria. Yes.
The third one. Even, of course, Anna is very new member, but maybe in the past, she didn't realize, actually, many data we can be produced in the social media. So because of that, we are teaching her how to retrieve all this useful data to become very meaningless for our cup, and also how we become better. Because, I running an enterprise for so many years. Data performance is very, very interconnected to all what we want to deliver and all what we want to be more success.
Yeah, that's a very good tip that you've just given. So if there's any new members who are joining and they're very interested in the communications committee or being part of it, then at least they know that that's a tip that you've mentioned to them, that also the data is very important, to keep monitoring, to keep measuring how things are going. So they're aware, and the right actions can be taken before things get out of proportion. You think, that's not working, quickly change that and start making sure a solution is there.
And also upskill, right? I think right now all the whole market is talking about reskill and upskill. So I think joining our community can be help yourself to upskill or reskill all your existing or current situation or skill as well.
Yes, it's very true, isn't it? Because, people go to courses, you have to study, you do this, that. This is practical, hands-on experience. But along the way, you're having fun as well. And you're part of an amazing organization, a 1.2 million plus organization. And with so many areas to it, that even if you just want to come for the communication side, you may wander off to do women empowerment or environment, or, then you may realize what your interests are and may try some new things in life, which will add more, what would you say, fun in your life, isn't it? A little bit more energy and a bit more vitality in your life, because I think we are creatures that want to do more, but we just sometimes lack the confidence, or, we're a bit shy. So if there are people around, we know in the Rotary Club are always very inviting. They're very, very warm, all very highly ethical people. They all have some standard, I would say. So that you'll always feel comfortable working with them, So I think it's really great, Candy. Candy, is there any other area that you may want to share regarding this? Was there any other area that you'd like to share?
I want to tell about, I think the world is changing so quick. Even as an NGO, we need to be very modern. We need to try to be more innovative to whatever our activity, or even how we podcast the message. So right now, I think everyone talking about O2O only model. What does it mean is whatever you're doing offline, your activity, actually when you publish, actually can be very online, very powerful message, like our billion seed more challenge, right? When you're doing just the gardening, actually once you tag a very little message to the social media, can be broadcast this message very, very widely and globally as well. So this is I want to tell all NGO, or this is the trick is I think in the coming years we need to look at more this action, but to be offline and online model to make the message more broadcasted globally.
Right. So an omni-channel means what? Could you explain that, so that just in case our viewers do not understand this, an omni-channel means?
Omni-channel means we always is physically to do some activity. It's offline, but you want to be populate this online to make a very big message, like billion seed is one of the example. So once you do the activity offline, actually publish it, very simple message, but remember to hashtag to your social media to make it easier to search, and then make this message deliver globally and bigly.
Very nice. That's a really lovely, because people are going to post anyway, but if you just add a couple more things to it, it could multiply the reach, etc. Yes. Absolutely. Oh, Candy, you've been so brilliant. Thank you so much. It's just such a lovely insight into the world of the communications committee, and really great work you're doing as well with the whole team.
Thank you.
Congratulations to the whole team. I think, and to have good leaders like yourself in there is really fun to work with as well.
Thank you, honey. Yeah, thanks for
Yeah.
organizing that. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And Candy, why would people want to join? Just maybe a couple of three things that you think would be the best for people if people are thinking about maybe trying and finding out more about Rotary because they may not be aware. Is there three things you could suggest why people should, would be good for people to join
I think
something like Rotary?
Rotary, as I say, is very global or NGO, so very hard to find such an NGO so powerful, globally network and connect each other. Secondly, it's full of history, right? Even you will say, oh, I'm very young, I'm very modern, but in the back end, Rotary also very historical and also got so many history in the background. Every time when I learn the activity, every time when I learn the history, I also feel wow. So seems there's still a lot of things to learn. And yeah, and as I say, because of the global network, you learn is the diversity is huge, the level.
The diversity is good as well, isn't it? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Candy, perfect. What a wonderful way to finish off our interview. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And have global namaste from all of us here on Healing Our Earth. And good luck with all your communications committee work.
Thank you. Bye.